Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm here to show you how to use Kahoot. Kahoot is a great online resource that you can create games for your students to play. As a great review, you can gather information from them and it keeps the students engaged and they get to use hands-on technology, so they're even more excited about that. So you're going to begin by going to kahoot.com and I highly recommend creating a login. They are free, so there is no charge that you'd have to pay later on. Once you log in, it will bring you to this point here and you see prices, but as I promised, there is no cost. You're going to scroll down and look at basic and you're going to continue for free. This takes me to my Kahoot. I've already created 4 games. You can see that I've played the games 8 times with a total of 58 players. You could see my latest reports, means things that I've looked up recently. And then you scroll down and you have your top picks. Now, to create a Kahoot, you can either create new or create up here. Either button will take you to the same place. You can create a quiz, a jumble, or a survey. This is great for gathering information from your students at the beginning of a lesson or even at the end of a lesson or a unit or anything. But we're going to do a quiz. So I'm going to do a multiplication quiz, and you will have to write a description. As anybody who searches this, if you allow everyone to see it, they're going to want information on what your quiz is about. So math, let's say grade 3 multiplication. Now, your Kahoots you can make only for you to see, so only you have access to the games, or everyone can see it. You're going to write it's in English if you wanted to credit any sources, and if you wanted any intro video, you can add the link here. You are able to add a cover image, and so you can either search their library or you can upload an image. I'm going to upload an image that I have saved here. Mathematics is fun. When all this information is plugged in, you're able to go. What you will see is it will say add a question. So we are going to add a question and we are going to go 2 times 4. And what this does here is it tells you how long your students will have to think of this answer. The little clock in the bottom corner will count it down. If you know it will take longer than 20 seconds, you might want to up it to 1 minute, 60 seconds. And points awarded, that is a personal call. Would you like your students to be ranked as points just for the fun of the game, or would you like no points? Now I'm going to give potential answers that will show up in the game. And then the important part to remember is even if you're giving points or not, just for the students to know whether the answer is right or wrong, you have to click the check mark box of the correct answer. So 2 times 4, the correct answer would be 8. Now again, up here you can add videos, add an image, or you can pick an image from there selected, and they do have them in categories. So we're going to go to math. We are going to scroll down, and I'm going to remind students counting on your hands is acceptable. So that question is done. I'll be adding another question. So 12 times 2. Once again, I know my students are going to take longer to think about this, so I'm going to up the time. I do want to award points, and I'm going to think, okay, possible answers could be 10, could be 14, could be 24, could be 22. And I want to check off that correct answer again. 12 times 2 is 24. I'm going to once again add a photo from the selected images they have. I'll scroll down and I will see this little calculator. Beautiful. So I'll click next. Once you have your various questions, you are able to reorganize them just by clicking on them and moving them anywhere you may wish for them to be. Once everything is done, you will click Save, and you can edit it, preview it, play it, or share it. So we're going to click that I'm done here, just so I can show you how you will then play it from your home page. So these are all the games I have created, and I'm going to wish that I want to play the multiplication game. Now, I always play player versus player, but I do have students team up, but you are able to do team versus team and do a team mode. So we're going to just simply go with the classic, and it is going to tell your students to go to kahoot.it, and it is important that they go to kahoot.it and not kahoot.com, or else they won't be able to put a plugin code. So we're going to open a new window, just have the student view, kahoot.it, and it is asking me for the game pin. When we go back, we can see that the game pin is here, and this is the number the students are to plug in to that game. We're going to go back to the pin. We're you're going to type in the code, and the code will change each time you open the game to play it. So it will never be the same code. I'm going to click enter, and then you'll want students, they can create nicknames or they can just put their own name in. And that's how you know everyone is playing if you've counted the number of computers or iPads you have based on who logs in. So now I'm waiting, I'm in, and your screen name is saved. When I go to here, this will be the page, and everyone's name will show up along this line here, and you'll be able to count how many players there are because it counts it for you. If you ever do not wish for a player to play at the classroom, or if you do not approve of their name, all you have to do is click on this little bar here, and it'll cross their name out. So we are going to click Start Play, and it'll start. And the students will see the question, 12 times 2, and then they will be shown the answers like this, and they are to pick one based on what it is. So I believe the triangle, it was incorrect. And when you go back to the site, it'll show you what the correct answer was, and it'll show you the number of students who got it right. So this is how you play Kahoot. This is how you create Kahoots. And one more feature that is really neat is that you can actually discover Kahoots. So you don't even have to create all the Kahoots. If you wish to use something simple, you can already look for Kahoots that have been made. So multiplication, you have a variety of multiplication games that have already been made. And if you wish to see if there's something that you want your classroom to play, you can always click on one. So we're going to go here, and you'll see what the questions are, and you'll be able to decide, is this something my students can handle, or do I need to do something a little more simple or a little more difficult? And you would go back and you can continue to look, and you might find something, oh, this looks a little more simple. Why? And there's images, and you can click that you would play it, and it would go to the exact same feature that you wanted before. It'll tell you if you want to play classic or team mode. We're going to click classic, and it'll once again tell you the Kahoot it pin. So this is how you play Kahoot. This is how you create Kahoot. I hope that you were able to use this in your classroom and see the joy and excitement your students have in reviewing information. Thank you so much. Have a great day.